Here it is, episode 3. We're back. We're ready to go.
Let's rock and roll.
We're here. Yeah. Finish it.
And we are we are elevated. That's what we are. Welcome back to Baked Battlefields. I'm Daddy History.
And I'm Daddy Nobody.
He's-
And I'm Alex Woody.
You shouldn't speak down upon yourself. All right, so today's episode
Don't worry about it.
is we got Silk Road warfare. We got steppe generals. We got siege drama and imperial chess moves. We are going to go to medieval China. And to all my people, you know how much I love medieval China and how insane it is.
China.
We just got some more followers when he did that.
We love China. Orange chicken. Massages. What else? What else about
Happy
China?
endings, you mean?
I think that's about it.
MSG.
MSG. Hey, you wouldn't have MSG without China.
Yeah. By the way, I saw the first video and I look like a fucking whale. It's my sweatshirt.
That's MSG.
It's the MSG, that's right.
China's fault.
It is.
It's China's fault why you look like that, and this is why we need to eradicate the Chinese population out of the United
Oh,
States.
stop it. Don't even joke. Jesus Christ.
I'm being dead serious. No joking at all.
Good Lord. All right, well, we're going to be in medieval China today. We're going to talk about the battle, really the conquest of Kucha.
Oh, good kucha. Okay. Sounds like a smoothie. Sounds like a drink. Let me get 2 kuchas.
It does, actually. That sounds good. I'd try that.
I would definitely try the kucha.
I would definitely just... on January 19th, 649, okay, 7th century, after 40 days of siege warfare on the Silk Road, a desert city is on the verge of tapping out. And China quietly takes control of one of the most important crossroads on Earth. Speaking of Kucha.
Kato.
So this is the conquest of Kucha. This is empire building with receipts, right? Like this is good shit.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
excited.
So we're in Kucha. We'll have a map.
Okay.
It's on the Tarim Basin in Xinjiang.
Say that 3 times.
Xinjiang.
Okay.
And also borderline racist. Seventh.
Xishan's out of here.
Jesus Christ. We're in the 7th century. So what this area looks like, it's desert, believe it or not. Okay, this is desert. You got mountains with oasis cities. Okay, it's very similar to the Near East in a lot of ways. So if you control this area, you don't just control the land, you control trade, you control money, religion, and basically diplomacy. You control who talks to who. So this is a strategically important area for the Chinese to take. It's because it sits right on the Silk Road. Kucha is on the middle of the Silk Road.
I think I've heard this before. Doesn't this lead us to the start of Panda Express?
That's
I love Panda.
that's a parallel road.
I love Panda.
Panda's fire.
Oh my god.
Pandas. I
Not
know
one
it's
Asian person working there.
no, it's always a Mexican dude.
Or a white chick. who's
Yeah,
confused.
exactly.
She got hit in the head a couple times. Fell down a couple stairs. She's beat up.
It's just the Valley Girls, basically.
Yeah.
It's not real Chinese food, but I still love it.
Right.
I don't think real Chinese food would actually do very well as like a
Yeah.
franchise.
Here's some Beatles. They went out of business quick.
It's like, here, look at this animal while I feed it to you.
Yeah. You know.
So Kucha is a gateway to China, Central Asia, and Persia. It's very critical. It is super rich because of all the trade. And it's culturally Buddhist in the 7th century.
Oh. Which, if you watch episode 2, that is my plan this new year, is to convince the Chinese that I am the reincarnation of Buddha.
So we'll say
It's a lot.
now I'm Buddhist. They're also politically independent at this point. Okay. They're running their own show. Kucha is not a backwater kind of town that ends up in the midst of a war. It's a toll booth for civilization. So, the empire that's making moves is called the Tang Dynasty. Tang Dynasty had been around since 618, so it's still young at this point. It's only about 18 years old. Jesus Christ. You are a Republican.
No, I'm like 16. Tickets to Paradise was about Epstein's Island.
Release the Epstein files. Tang is a Chinese imperial dynasty that succeeded the short-lived Sui dynasty and preceded the 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms period, which I've talked about. Actually, the last live I did on China was about that. It's often referred to as a golden age of Chinese civilization, marked by territorial expansion, flourishing art, and robust cosmopolitan culture. These are cities mixed with Persians and steppe people and Indians and all types.
But back then, didn't they have dragons? Well, could you see it in the books?
No.
Dragons aren't real?
No, dog.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I swear to God, I thought they were real. Because it's on everything.
They're mythological creatures.
If you don't see a Chinese person holding up a dragon sometime in their life, or have it on their clothes, they love dragons.
Yes, it's a huge part of their mythology. Yes.
So why would they celebrate some fake? Well,
What?
I guess we do that a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of cultures.
Fucking Easter bunny.
Don't shit on the Easter bunny. Easter bunny's real.
So by this point in the Tang Dynasty, they're peak power China. Okay, but they want more. They want to secure their borders. They want
Secure the borders.
exactly.
I want them out.
Exactly.
Go to the schools.
Exactly.
Know when they're the happiest and rip them to shreds. I'm a good guy though.
Peace. I'm a peace bringer. They want to dominate trade in the region, and they want no hostile states along the Silk Road, right? Which goes back to trade, because then they can really monopolize that. The Tang Dynasty was looking west and saying, we'll take that. And we're going to take the roads, and we're going to take the fucking, the myrrh, and all of that shit, right? They looked at it and went, it's mine now.
Finders keepers.
Yeah. The general involved in this is an absolute unit, okay? The name is Ushi Nasher. That's the name. He was a Turkic prince, and he was one of the top generals in the Tang Dynasty. He briefly ruled part of the Western Turkic Khaganate as Dabu Kagan was his title and name.
Sounds like diarrhea. Dubu Kaka. It sucks.
Dabu Kagan. But he ultimately had to submit to the Tang Dynasty, to China. But he became one of the most prominent non-Han commanders serving Emperor Taichung of Tang.
Okay.
He's
great. He has a great resume.
he's doing well for himself. Like I said, he's an absolute unit. His campaigns, what he was put in charge of, helped consolidate Tang power across Central Asia. It was critical for this growth. That was a good one. I feel better, actually. I feel really good. So, dudes of Turkic steppe origin which is important because he is not Chinese. And this is an era where China ends up having to rely heavily on mercenaries, and that doesn't always go well with the people. But, and he's serving the Tong, right? So they spared him, brought him in, and now they're using him as one of their best weapons.
Serving.
But he's not Chinese. This dude is a steppe warlord working for China. And I think that just shows like how messy history really can be. So, I mean, imagine hiring your former enemy and he's just like really good at the job.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It'd be like hiring your wife's ex-husband to satisfy her. Yeah, I do a pretty good job. He does great. Let's bring him in. I hate his guts, but now he's living there, and you have to dye your hair blue.
I was gonna say it's like bringing over a Nazi scientist to build your NASA program.
That worked out. That worked out great.
I think you have a better chance of that working out than yours. So there's a question of like, why is there a war here at all, right? Now in Kucha, they do not like the Chinese, right? They resist the Tang as much as they can, and they're starting to flirt with some of Tang's rivals to build alliances against the Tang.
Ooh, don't you want to be my friend?
Except they're Chinese.
You look nice.
They refuse to be a client state of the Tang. They want their sovereignty, their independence.
Get Tang to do it. I don't want to do this job.
And they like the Tang don't tolerate maybes though. So
sounds like a woman.
Are
we maybe doing something, or are we staying home? I need to know. I need a plan. Maybe? I need it for sure.
Jesus.
It's raining outside. I don't know.
So the Tang decide, listen, the wishy-washy shit has to stop. We're going to invade.
Okay.
So they invade, and they besiege Kucha for 40 days. They surround the city completely, and they hang out for well over a month. They cut the supply lines, and they start to put immense pressure on the city.
And you know they're doing messed up things. They're camping right outside the people that they're going to conquer. They're like, let's mess with them. Let's just defecate all over the castle. Let's throw our poop there. Let's pee on it. Let's throw up on it. Let's just make it smell before we conquer. And you know they're doing gross shit.
That would be awful. Oh my God.
Who lets them camp there? Hey, we're going to take over, but we're going to just settle here for a minute.
Well, that's the thing, right? That's why sieges are kind of crazy, is because you have all this protection inside the walls, but there's really nothing like stopping them from surrounding the walls and
just hanging out.
Just chilling.
Anytime someone leaves, they gotta pick straws. Who's gonna leave the kingdom? You know who's out there.
Yeah, basically.
You know?
Yep. And it gets hairy because they cut the supply line, so nothing's coming into Kucha anymore. But there's no panic yet. So
We're all drunk. I swear to God, if I'm drunk, I don't panic. If I was on the 9/11 plane and I was drunk, I'd be like, oh yeah, just take it down. Can I get another one? If you're high, though. See, they're not stoned. If they were stoned, they would have been like, hey, there's some people outside the door.
They'd be freaking out.
We should start planning something.
Listen, y'all. I'm not a smart man, but this shit ain't regular.
Alcohol's like, they look nice. And just like blood all over the face.
You think they have drinks? But yeah, I mean, sieges are basically just aggressive waiting.
Yeah.
It's really all it is.
Yeah. It's like me in a drive-thru line when I'm starving. Come on, I'm starving.
This fucking guy, we're driving back from his kid's church that he had to drop him off at, and he's like 15 feet from the light. And he's like, come on, Moses, goddamn, part the waters. What are you doing? Are you Noah? Like, you waiting for motherfuckers to get on the ark?
The window was down.
He was like, talk about aggressive waiting. Shit. All right, so what happens is on January 19th, 649, Kucha breaks.
They broke the hymen.
And they
broke it.
Oh, no.
There's grass on the field, play ball.
Oh, no.
The leaves are ready to breed.
You are a conservative. Good Lord have mercy.
They broke the seal.
They...
After 2 beers, you break the seal, that's it.
It's over.
It's over.
So they surrender. They can't take it. They ultimately surrender. Now, this is a crazy part. 7th century, usually you take a city, you just fucking annihilate it, right? But Taizong and Ashen Shir decide not to. They spare the city. What?
You just sounded kind of like a disabled person. Ashen Shir.
I am a disabled person. Fucking 90% disabled. Fucking dick.
So, are you a retard? Oh, we're cutting it all out.
That's it. Listen, he's the editor, so if he fucks it up. They spare the city from total destruction. And
they don't want to clean it up. They're like, listen here, Sean Shear. If we destroy it, it's going to take a while to clean it up. Just threaten them.
yeah.
I'm going to beat your ass.
Which is essentially what happens. And they take complete control of the city. But yeah, the goal wasn't to turn the city into rubble. It was submission. They wanted compliance. They wanted them to fucking roll over. Say, yes, Daddy.
Scratch my belly.
Exactly. So, unlike 1848 in the second episode, resources here, this is like you had asked, right? This is where you have to be a little bit more objective about things. And early medieval sources can be very vague. So, when it comes to, the stats and the numbers and everything, you kind of take it with a grain of salt. But the bottom line is we don't actually know the exact numbers of casualties from the siege and the battle. But likely it was several hundred killed and wounded. Right? Generally, even though they spared the city, they probably removed the leadership of that city. China was very good about exiling people. They were also good at executing people, so it could be either.
Want to be executed or exiled? I'll take exile, please. Yeah, 200.
We have a very different culture.
I like that.
We're like, well, you mean I can live? Yeah, I can live anywhere, so I'm good.
I think their whole thing is if he chooses execution, he should die.
Well, they usually didn't give the option.
Think about that one.
So that was Kucha, right? That's kind of what we assume about Kucha. Now on the Tang side, it recorded as like relatively light casualties. Now that can mean what it probably means is it probably was dozens of people, right? But they want to fluff that up and make it seem like it was easier than it was. But the siege certainly favored the Tang. But I know my fat ass. It's like Jesus Christ.
Bad chair. So I got that when my grandfather died.
I'm sitting in a dead guy's chair.
He died in that chair. It's a pretty bloody mess. Yeah.
Oh God! Shit himself. Listen, yeah,
right.
Most of the time.
I'm gonna eat a lot of food if I know I'm gonna die. Just so I shit when the paramedics pick me up. Like, oh my God!
Like,
it's
God,
everywhere.
God damn.
But there was not an auction, but you put your name on what stuff you want of his.
Oh.
And my name was on that, and my cousin turned to me, he's like, you really want that piece of shit there? You really put your name on that? Sorry I didn't finish college.
fine.
Yeah, like a red chair. I like the Tongs.
You like the Tang Empire? It was a great time in China.
They seem fun.
It was a golden age. But yeah, the sources don't give clean numbers. It's just the way it was back then. But this was a decisive, low-cost victory for the Tang. I hate saying that because every life matters, but it's...
Oh, God, you sound really Republican there. Every life matters.
Except I mean it. So the Tang, please don't fucking cancel me. The Tang established control over the northern Tarim Basin, which is critical for the Silk Road. Kucha becomes a Tang protectorate and a military administrative hub. So they park some of their best military in that city. One, for control, but also to keep anybody who shouldn't be coming in and out. And this locks down China's western door, basically. Huge win for them. Huge win. It secures the Silk Road trade, which is going to make them wealthy, which helps with this this golden age. It expands Chinese influence deep into Central Asia.
Is the road made out of silk?
No.
Oh, okay.
That would be
dope.
That would be fucking
People
wild.
People will just be rolling on it.
This is so soft.
When people name stuff and it has nothing to do with it.
Well, it was called silk because silk moved along the road. That was one of the big...
And heroin. And everything else.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And it allowed, Buddhism and goods like silk, spices, ideas, all to flow under Tang supervision. Okay. Do I need to say that again?
Yeah.
Okay. I think smoking's the way to go because it peaks and then it comes down really fast. I think with edibles we'd be way too high.
Yeah.
So this allows for Buddhism and goods and trades like silk, like people, slaves, spices, ideas, all to move along the Silk Road under Tang supervision.
Right.
So they get to really decide what moves, right? And to be able to control the most profitable trading route in existence. I mean, that's where you want to be.
I'll take the orange chicken, burr. I'll take some heroin. Yeah, everything else. Bananas, get the fuck out of here. Go. Move it. Get out of here. Yeah.
The fuck is a pineapple?
So the Tongs are killing
And why is it upside down?
Leave me away. But yeah, they got to pick out everything they wanted. They were making money.
Yeah, they were living the life.
Living the life,
Man.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and what it kind of shows is that empires don't just expand with swords, right? They expand with administration and garrisons and all of this type of stuff.
Right.
So that economic logistical piece of an empire is often overlooked in these conversations, but really that's just as important as, kicking somebody in the nuts.
I mean, that's pretty fun. But,
as long as you're the one on the kicking side.
So now that they got power, how long does this last for?
So they don't have as long as an empire as you kind of would hope. So this is 649, right? So they're 20 years old. They only last until 907. Now that sounds like a long time.
You're living good in one of those lifelines. You're not seeing anything bad. You're living up.
Relatively.
People under you. Yeah. Tang.
It's relatively nice living in the Tang Dynasty in 7th, 8th, especially 8th century, 9th century. That's going to be peak Tang living. On either side of that, you're going to have some rough times. And of course, in 907, China basically just blows into a dozen pieces. So it doesn't end well. But and that's what we call the 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms period. It's a fucking disaster.
Now, was there 1 billion people back then there?
No, no. There were millions, though. There were millions. And, for those of you that have joined my live, I did a live on the An Lushan Rebellion. And that's like, I think, a top 5 worst conflict in history. 8 years long. Civil war. All right? How many people do you think perish? 200 people? 200,000 people. Yeah, okay. I was like, I'm gonna throw this.
Horrible at killing. I'm gonna throw this. Really horrible at killing.
And that's top 5. Yeah. The conservative estimate is 23 million.
Oh.
In the 7th century, 6th, 7th century.
Oh.
Brutal, bro.
Stinky.
Just
dead bodies, just smelling.
It literally destroyed the population.
You're trying to talk to someone, you're like, ugh, I wish there was 1 million dead bodies around here.
And I bring that up because the capital cities at that time, Jesus, it's dead guy under me. He's like, I can't take it. The capital city could be as high as like 7 million. It was one of the most populous cities in the world. So
there's no condoms back then.
Actually, there were. You just wouldn't want to use it.
Yeah.
It's like
using a guy's finger skin.
It's like sheep skin and like not skin, like sheep's stomach and like they used all types of weird shit. So some of the notable things here is something that I find actually kind of funny and interesting is there's a Turkic general conquering a Buddhist city for China. And for some reason, that fucks my brain up.
He's in it for the money, kid. He just wants that money, those rubies.
I mean, could you imagine today a 40-day siege with like no TikTok and no access to anything?
Oh yeah, you'd be waiting for that kid that runs 50 miles in the movie to get news. Will ask to get back. When's Jimmy gonna be back? Right. Jing Jang. I don't know what the name would be. When's Pee Pee Poo Poo back? I want to know. Where is this guy?
One of the cool things I think about this too is it's desert warfare in China, which is kind of crazy. Because when you think about China, you think about it modern, right? You think about all these big ass cities with millions of people and everything. You don't think that there's a desert in China, and there is. Right. And just thinking of them having to fight desert warfare, which is totally different than fighting in the jungles and the mountains and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, the water, like carrying water and stuff, that'd be tough. You know they're drinking piss just to stay hydrated.
Well, they
that camel over, I'm freaking thirsty. If you're thirsty enough, you'll put that pipe right up to your mouth. Hit that. And you tickle him, he's not going.
That's a terrible idea. Do not drink camel piss if you are in the desert.
Give you superpowers, kids. Do it.
And then, it's amazing. I mean, it's the fall of one city changed continental trade for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Right.
I don't know. That's one of the things I really like about this. But, some of the underlying themes, I think, is like empires are really built very quietly and slowly like this. Like it doesn't happen overnight, right? That's the whole like Rome isn't built in a day kind of thing.
I hate when someone says that to me. Like, all right, thanks for all the paperwork. I'm going to be working until 7 tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, Rome wasn't built in a day. So fuck you.
And I think it shows that control of trade is honestly the same as controlling power. Like if you control the
power.
Yeah. Jesus, you got really fucking serious right there. It is power.
Trade right now. Choices. Yeah, I mean, you could trade. You can trade. You can control how people are making money.
and what they're making money on.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. That's what
I knew he was Tong.
and that's that's part of the reason why I do this. Like, it's all, we have fun doing it, and it's some things in this are really, really ridiculous. But
Can I be that dork that goes, "Hey nerds, listen up. History repeats itself."
I would actually amend that and say that history echoes in the chamber of time.
That sounds better. That sounds better.
I've been doing this a long time.
Wow, that's a t-shirt right there.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's a t-shirt, folks. Daddy History t-shirts.
Yeah, let me know. I'm doing we're already building a photo and everything for Urban Usoops Uroop. It's an inside joke.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think, we've talked about this in my lives. Patience really can beat out brute force.
Right.
Like, just sitting there and waiting these things out, you can do it with a suboptimal force. And like Belisarius did that when he conquered Rome for Constantine, the Byzantine Empire. So it's a common theme throughout history, and I just find that kind of amazing. And borders are temporary. Like,
God, you sound Republican.
but the roads are forever. Like, these trade routes and stuff still matter to this day. And these alliances and stuff still matter.
That sounds like a politician. Borders are temporary. Roads are gonna last a lifetime. Free ice cream, everyone. Vote for me. Why has someone done that? You would win being president if you just go free ice cream, lifetime for everyone.
Yeah, you'd win a lot of votes.
You win a lot of votes.
I love ice cream.
I don't know what he's for, but he said free ice cream.
The ice cream lobbyists would lose their fucking mind. So yeah, this wasn't really about Kucha. It was about everything that moved through it, right? It could have been anywhere.
Right.
It was really about that. So yeah.
Sounds like a girl with daddy.
What?
Kucha, everything ran through it.
Jesus. That's it. So that's the conquest of Kucha. It reminds us that some of the most important victories in history don't really look dramatic, but they rewrote the map.
Yeah.
So that's another reason I tell these stories, is because we don't get taught this shit in America.
Right. Stick with American history.
And even then, we don't learn about it. Right. We learn about the high points, and it's like,
what about the slaves, teachers? Bug off.
well, now it's like you can't even teach it.
Yeah, that's when we were kids.
Teachers can't even talk about fucking slaves. But yeah, when we were kids, it was like slavery was bad. And then there was all these Indian wars, and that was bad.
I remember in school we dressed up as Indians.
Yeah, cowboys and Indians was still a thing back then.
I remember making a whole thing out of, paper bags. My mom painted my face brown.
Oh,
it was
God.
just a different time.
It was a very different time. Do not let that...
You can't do that.
No, you can't.
Back then, the teachers would... Cowboys and Indians. I'm like, dude, you would be annihilated.
Oh my God, if that showed up anywhere, it would be absolutely destroyed. Yeah, the shit that we did back in the day, man, we would never get away with today. Not even a little bit. So that is it. The conquest of Kucha by the Tang Dynasty, January 19th, 649.
Yeah, they took it pretty easy. It was a quick battle.
40 days, that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks. But it could have been a hell of a lot worse. Right. Especially medieval China, it could have been really fucking bad. Because I think like top 10 worst conflicts, like 4 in China.
Are the Tanjus still around?
No. Tang Dynasty collapsed.
Damn.
The Han Dynasty, the Han Chinese are the primary people of China today.
Oh.
Yeah. And then you hear about the what are they called? Fuck me dead.
No, I don't think they're called that.
What are they called? The Muslim Chinese in the West that are getting persecuted. Oh my God.
The Yaos?
I gotta look at
The Mings?
No, the Ming Dynasty collapsed.
That's only Chinese. Mandarins?
Let's maybe not keep going.
The Mongolians?
No, Mongolians are still around. They have their own country. The fuck are they called? Uyghurs. The Uyghurs.
What? You can't say that on this podcast.
They're called the Uyghurs. The Uyghurs are...
You sound like an Asian guy that owns a convenience store that cops are interviewing because there's a break-in. He goes, it was the Uyghurs. It was the Uyghurs. They did it. The what? The Wieners did it. What?
The Uyghurs were incredibly powerful. And
they are.
They
got a food jersey on and some earrings.
Oh, dude.
They got the hat sideways.
We're going to jail. We're going to prison. This was a terrible idea. They were a very formidable group in this era. So, but now they fall up under gentrified. No, they live in pretty rough conditions right now.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a pretty bad thing going on. I can't believe you haven't heard of the Uyghurs.
Call it Antioch, where they're at now.
For those that don't know, Antioch, California is pretty rough. Getting rougher by the day. That's it, man. That's what I got.
All right.
Well, there it is. Episode 3 of Baked Battlefields is in the book. We will be back next week. And
I think it's weird that every episode we've done, we've worn the same thing.
Listen,
I
man.
make you come back and wear the same thing for every episode.
And then he just doesn't have many clothes.
Yeah.
So the people that live here don't have clothes that fit us. So.
Yeah, we live with the means.
But we want to be tongue.
Well, all right, we'll tongue you later.
We'll weeg you later.